Now, this is me in a nutshell. Help! I'm in a nutshell! How did I get into this nutshell? Look at the size of this bloody great big nutshell. What sort of shell has a nut like this? I mean, this is crazy.
Good day, and how in the heck are you? Welcome to In a Nutshell. My name is Al Weissman, and we have what I hope will be an enjoyable show for you today. We're going to spend some time visiting with Krystal Cooke, and hopefully we'll be able to persuade her to share a couple of tunes with us. Later in the show, we're going to take a look at the Daft Punk tune, Get Lucky, and try to figure out if it's narcissistic, misogynistic, or merely plagiaristic, or some combination thereof. I spoke with Dr. Brad Goldenberg just about an hour ago, the neonatologist, and he, again, is in the area at McHenry Hospitals, but it seems that the fertile myrtles in this neck of the woods are keeping him pretty busy. And he's got so many babies that he's juggling, he can't make it over here today. So we developed a thought for a possible way to get Dr. Brad on the show. If you have a question for a neonatologist or any kind of a doctor in general, he's open to those. Email it to in.anutshell@att.net, and we'll have Dr. Brad prepare an answer for you for later broadcasts. So send in those questions, remain anonymous as you wish, and we'll have Dr. Brad answer them for you on a future show. Present with us in the studio today, besides Krystal Cooke, who we'll get to in just a minute, is Marge Simpson. How you doing, Marge?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine, but I've been kind of worried about Homie. You know, sometime in the past he was left in the car on a 91-degree day with the windows closed and the doors locked, and when you got back to the car, the window was broken and there was a sticker on one of the windows of the car left by the Humane Society that they had taken him to their shelter, and we don't know whatever happened to him except that you didn't pick him up within a week after that. So I'm kind of wondering what's going on.
Well, last week after your show, I found the Humane Society, and boy did they give me the runaround. I said, "Do you have my homie?" And they said that they had heard me on your show and how funny it was. I said, "Well, to me, it's not very funny." They led me to a big pile of newspapers, and they said, "This is where we left him last week."
They left him on a pile of newspapers.
On a pile of newspapers,
Well, he is
Alan.
a two-dimensional character, so I suppose that would be appropriate to leave him on a pile of newspapers.
But he still has feelings, you know.
Sure, of course.
So I soon discovered that they had used him. He wasn't on that pile, incidentally. I soon discovered that they had used him to line the bottom of a cage.
Well, that sounds very practical.
Well, it maybe, but I don't think it was fun for Homie. Because seated on top of him was a leaking puppy.
Oh, poor Homie.
Oh, yes. And so, in any event, he had picked up every manner of organism that you can imagine. E. coli, MRSA. It was a nightmare.
Oh, my goodness, poor Homie.
So
what did you do?
Well, I grabbed him and I ran him over to a graphic artist. And, of course, he had to wear gloves to take care of him. And I'll tell you.
Was it very difficult to find a graphic artist in this area?
No, I know where he is. We have a lot of touch-ups.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. And so the only thing, I was just thankful that the Humane Society didn't have erasers or turpentine, for goodness sakes, or I wouldn't have Homie at all.
That's right.
Well, anyway, so I left him at the artist, and I marched right back into the Inhumane Society, as Homie calls it. And I said, "Did you know that you gave my husband MRSA?" And they just laughed. They said it could have been worsa.
It could have been worse.
It could have been versa. And I said, "Well,
what's versa?"
Right. So they had to explain to me that that's an organism that's even worse than MRSA, and that he could have died from that. But they thought this was so funny. So as I'm leaving, they said, "Well, ha-ha, laugh, laugh. MRSA me and vice versa."
That must have been a very confusing time, especially with all that
was.
concern for Homer and everything.
It was so upsetting.
I bet. So is Homer better now?
Well, actually, kind of. But, you know, he still has the yellow underwear. That graphic artist, for some reason, that's...
Well, you know, it's not really his fault. That's just how he's drawn.
Yeah, seems that way.
Well, thanks for that update, Marge. I really appreciate it. And I'm sure our listeners are feeling much better about the whole thing now.
Thank you.
So now I want to introduce our guest, Krystal Cooke.
Hi.
How are you, Krystal?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you're a musician.
Yes, that is correct.
You sing and you play guitar?
Yes.
And you write songs as well?
Yes, I do.
All right. Would you like to start off by maybe playing a song for us?
Yeah, if that's what you'd like.
Sure, why not?
Okay, do you mind if I take a moment to grab my guitar out of the case?
Grab your guitar,
Okay.
and maybe I'll play something in the meantime.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and write a long letter to all the good friends I've known. And I'm gonna try to thank them all for the good times together. Though so apart, we've grown. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and write a long letter to all the good friends I've known. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, and it won't be long. I'm gonna thank that old country fiddler and all those rough boys who played that rock and roll. I never tried to burn any bridges, though I know I let some good things go. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and write a long letter to all the good friends I've known. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, and it won't be long. It won't be long. It won't be long. It won't be long. From down in L.A. all the way to Nashville, New York City, to my Canadian prairie home. My friends are scattered like leaves from an old maple. Some are weak, some are strong. One of these days, I'm gonna sit down and write a long letter to all the good friends I've known. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, and it won't be long. It won't be long. It won't be long. One of these days, one of these days, one of these days, and it won't be long. It won't be long. It won't be long. It won't be long. One of these days, one of these days, these days, and it won't be long. Won't be long. Won't be long.
Al Weissman in a nutshell. A little Neil Young to kick off our show with today. And we're back with Krystal Cooke. Krystal, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
What are you going to play for us?
This song is called Harmony, and I wrote it a few years ago.
Okay, great. Go right ahead, at
Ready?
will.
All right. I don't need no fancy things, not too fond of diamond rings. They don't mean a thing, and all I got are my blue jeans, a decent car to get me A to B. Baby, that's all I need. I have my voice and my 6 strings. I sing with heart, I sing in B. The music soothes my soul, and I will be forever young, forever free. If I got peace, if I find love and harmony. Call me bitter, call me sweet. You think I care what you think, and I won't waste my time. And keep your judgments to yourself. If you're wise, just shut your mouth. Your words won't leave me bleeding, and I will be forever young, forever free. If I got peace, if I find love and harmony. The sky and trees bring me ease, shades of blue and shades of green. Don't you dare rub your grays on me, 'cause I will be forever young, forever free. If I got peace, if I find love and harmony.
That was really, really nice. My goodness.
Thank you.
Incredible.
That voice is it's just smooth as silk.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and the guitar playing was wonderful, really.
Thanks.
So, where do you live? What town do you live in?
I live in Paddock Lake, Wisconsin.
Did you ever take singing lessons, or?
Well, I never took singing lessons until this past, I don't know, it's probably past February. But up until I started taking lessons with Tamara, I was just involved in choir.
Oh, you're taking lessons with Tamara Anderson.
Yeah, Tamara Anderson.
She's been on our show before too. She has a magnificent voice.
She's amazing. Yeah, me and her are really good friends. So.
Oh, that's nice.
Yep, she's like my second mom.
Really?
Yeah, she's really cool.
And other than Tamara, since just this year, you were singing with the choir at school.
Yeah, I didn't do any choir in college, but when I was in high school, I did up until my junior year, and then my senior year, I tried focusing on art because I thought of going to school for art, but didn't.
I bet you got some solos while you were in high school.
I didn't really do. The funny thing is, I was actually pretty kind of stayed in the background. I didn't really. Yeah, I was.
Stuck right into the mic, please.
I was pretty quiet for the most part. Yeah.
Okay. Were you in any musicals or plays or anything?
No, definitely not an actress. No, didn't do any of that stuff.
Okay. Somewhere in your notes I read that you actually didn't play guitar all your life.
No. I started playing guitar when I was about 14 years old, and I was playing flute before I played the guitar, but I knew that I couldn't sing with the flute, and so I decided to play the guitar, and then I haven't touched a flute since it started.
Flute's a nice instrument.
Yeah.
Very sweet and mellow.
I wish I would have stuck with that, but
Well,
you can always get back to it, right?
I'd say you didn't make a mistake.
Yeah, right?
The
Well,
proof
thank
is
you.
right here. So you write your own music sometimes?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because that last one was very beautiful, and that was of your own creation.
Yep.
Harmony. Anything in particular inspire you to write that song, or just a lot of things? in
I
general?
guess the song is just about, basically, I don't need no fancy things. So it's about living a simple life and not having things be your main focus.
Sure.
And the part about, if you're wise, you'll shut your mouth. Your words won't leave me bleeding. It's just talking about how, we can't always take what people say about us or think about us seriously. And we just have to accept ourselves for who we are. And,
I like that.
yeah, and just move with it.
Very cool. Very mellow.
Yep.
Do you write alone, or do you collaborate with anyone else?
I write alone. Yep. I mainly, when I write, I play the guitar part first, and then I write the words to the guitar part.
So you actually create the music first?
Yes. Yep. The instrumentals first, and then
Do you write down the notes and everything, or do you just have it in your head?
I try to keep it in my head. Yeah, I'll write the lyrics down, but as for the guitar part, I don't write that down. I just try to memorize it. But it's pretty simple. It's just chord progressions anyways.
Sure. How many songs do you think you've written?
Probably about 10.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
Very nice. Very nice. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yes, I do. I have an older brother. He's about, I think he's 21 years old. He just turned 21 in August, yeah. But he's also a guitar player.
Uh-huh. That's just the two of you then?
Yep, it's just the two of us.
And you're how old, if I may ask?
I'm 19.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Does your brother sing too, or play an instrument?
He doesn't sing, but he actually picked up the guitar after I picked up the guitar. He saw that I was playing, and he actually was intrigued.
You
and so,
inspired him.
yeah, a little bit. He really got interested in it, and I mean, he's an electric guitar player, so he does most of the solo stuff, and
Oh, so he's become an electric guitar player.
and
that's
he's
cool.
actually plays in a band called the Ron Graves Band, and they're out in Twin Lakes.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yep.
Are there any other singers or musicians? Does your mom sing or play an instrument?
My mom never sang. There's no singers in my family, but my mom was a flute player also,
Really?
all through high school. So she did the band thing, and my cousin Ricky, he's actually in a band called I'm trying to think, Approaching Dawn, and they're a heavy metal band.
Okay.
And they were in the Battle of the Bands out in by Bratstop in Kenosha.
Yeah,
You might have
sure.
heard that place,
Of
yeah.
course.
Mm-hmm. And so they've played at the Rave in Milwaukee and stuff like that.
Nice.
Yeah, and he does a lot of electric guitar stuff too. He's the guitar player in the band and does some backup vocals, but he's not really the lead vocalist.
Well, we have to have him on the show one of these days. And your brother, too, by the way.
Yeah,
That
for
would be
sure,
great.
definitely. They'd probably enjoy that.
Sure, they'd get a kick out of it, I'm sure. So now you said that you were a student for a while?
Yeah, I went to Parkside last year, and I was studying sports management.
Okay.
I was a gymnast for 11 years
Oh, really?
growing up. Yeah,
Oh, this is a lady with all kinds of talents.
yeah, I guess. But yeah. So I was really trying to get into the nutrition thing because, like I told you in the email about some of the health difficulties that I was having.
Sure.
And I've been learning about alternative medicine and natural healing, and so I've been healing my body for the past 2 years. And so I got really interested in nutrition and holistic kind of style of nutrition. And so I was taking some classes about nutrition and sports management kind of stuff because I did the sports thing. And so I figured maybe I would, go good with doing maybe yoga instructing or personal training. But then I decided that I didn't think that was really what I wanted. And so since I'm not really 100% sure, I'm just taking a break for now.
Okay. Well, could you play us another song? We've got to take a break in about 5 minutes, but if you can
Yeah, I'll play
us
another song.
that would
Yeah.
be great. Please.
Okay, great. Do you want me to tell you what this song is?
Please.
All right. This song is called Little Wing, and it's by Jimi Hendrix. So this is a cover.
Cool.
Well, she's walking through the clouds with a circus mind that's running wild. Butterflies and zebras and moonbeams and fairy tales, riding with the wind. When I'm sad, oh, she comes to me with 1,000 smiles. She gets from me free. It's alright, she said, it's alright. Take anything that you want from me. Anything. Right on, little wing. It's alright, she said, it's alright. Take anything that you want from me. Anything.
Really nice. I think Jimmy's smiling right now.
Thank you.
You would
I
definitely,
sure hope so.
I think you would definitely approve of that version of that song. Now, you said that you started taking holistic medicines?
Yeah. Well, maybe not like medicines. I mean, it's like holistic kind of lifestyle. And so I do a lot of like organic living and a lot of like supplement kind of stuff, so it's basically no prescriptions. So I'm all independent. So it's interesting. Like, I've learned a lot in the past 2 years, and I've helped a lot of people, which is cool.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
So you eat organic vegetables?
Lots of organic vegetables, yes.
Are you vegetarian?
No, I'm actually not a vegetarian, but when I do eat meat or eggs, it's antibiotic, hormone-free, steroid-free, all that. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a difficulty locating organic food, or is it pretty much readily available now?
I live only about 10 minutes away from Kenosha, and so Woodman's is in Kenosha, and they have a lot of organic produce there.
I bet. Yeah.
So that works for me out there, but yeah, there's some farmers markets too, during the summer especially.
And you said you had some health issues. Are you feeling better?
Yeah, it's an up and down thing. It's basically like an imbalance of beneficial bacteria in my body from actually antibiotic use.
Oh, really?
Antibiotics.
Oh, that's why you reacted against the antibiotics.
So what happens is antibiotics kill our good bacteria and our bad bacteria.
Flora that live in our guts.
Yep, exactly. And so I don't have enough of it, and so I end up getting candida overgrowth, which is yeast overgrowth.
Yeah.
And so I've been like having to heal my body through diet and
a lot of yogurt,
supplements. Well, I don't do any dairy, but I do a lot of probiotics. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, let's take a break for a few minutes.
All right, cool.
We'll let the sponsors of this radio station have their say, and we will be back in a very short amount of time. Don't go away.